If you're over 60 and find yourself waking up almost every night around 3 a.m., you're not imagining things, and you're definitely not alone. In fact, this is one of the most common sleep complaints among older adults. Many seniors describe waking up suddenly, unable to fall back asleep, with their minds racing or their bodies feeling restless. But why 3 a.m.? What is it about that specific hour that disrupts sleep so consistently? Sleep scientists and geriatricians have spent years researching this pattern. It turns out there are both biological and behavioral reasons why older adults experience these early morning awakenings. In today's video, we're diving deep into the science, the causes, and most importantly, the solutions. Because getting a full, restful night's sleep is not just about comfort. It's essential for brain health, mood, heart function, and even longevity. So stay with us. We're going to uncover the real reasons behind the 3 a.m. wake-up call and what you can do starting tonight to sleep better and feel better. As we age, our sleep architecture, the pattern and depth of our sleep, changes significantly. In younger adults, deep sleep, also called slow-wave sleep, dominates the early part of the night, while REM sleep increases in the early morning hours. However, in older adults, deep sleep becomes lighter and shorter, while REM sleep may become fragmented. This makes the second half of the night, especially around 3 a.m., a vulnerable time for awakening. Your brain might interpret small noises, minor discomforts, or even subtle changes in temperature as cues to wake up. Combine this with a natural decline in melatonin, the sleep hormone, and suddenly your internal clock is nudging you to get up, even though it's far from morning. What's more, the brain's sleep-wake cycle, called the circadian rhythm, shifts with age. Seniors often feel sleepy earlier in the evening and may wake earlier in the morning. But if you're waking at 3 a.m. and can't get back to sleep, that's a sign your sleep cycle needs support. We'll explore how to gently adjust your internal clock in the upcoming segments. It's easy to blame age for every sleep issue, but the truth is more nuanced. Yes, age plays a role, but persistent early morning awakenings may also point to deeper issues. One major factor is chronic stress. Whether it's worrying about health, finances, or feeling lonely, stress activates the body's cortisol system, which can cause you to wake up in the early hours. Another culprit? Sleep apnea, which often goes undiagnosed in older adults. This condition causes breathing disruptions during sleep and can jolt you awake, especially in the second half of the night. And let's not forget bladder issues, common in older adults, that cause frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom. There's also the possibility of underlying depression or anxiety, which often show up in sleep patterns before any other symptoms. If 3 a.m. wake-ups are consistent and distressing, it might be time to look beyond age and ask, is there something else your body is trying to tell you? Melatonin is a natural hormone your brain produces to help you fall asleep. It's released in response to darkness, signaling your body that it's time to wind down. But as we age, melatonin production declines. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, your body may be producing only a fraction of what it once did. This reduction doesn't just make it harder to fall asleep, it also disrupts your ability to stay asleep. That's why many seniors report waking up in the middle of the night, sometimes wide awake as if their body thinks it's morning. And for many, that moment just happens to fall around 3 a.m. When melatonin levels drop too low too soon, the body ends the sleep cycle prematurely. Light exposure from phones, nightlights, or even a hallway lamp can also suppress melatonin, further disturbing the process. In upcoming segments, we'll share simple but effective strategies to support your natural melatonin rhythm without immediately turning to supplements. Interestingly, traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, offers a different explanation for waking up at 3 a.m. According to TCM, each organ system has a specific time during the 24-hour internal body clock. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., the liver is believed to be at its peak function, detoxifying the blood, processing emotions, and replenishing energy. If you're waking up consistently during this window, it could be your body signaling liver imbalance or emotional overload. While this idea isn't based on Western scientific evidence, it aligns with many people's experiences. Waking at 3 a.m., feeling restless, anxious, or with vivid dreams. Whether you embrace TCM or not, the core message is worth considering. Your body may be sending a message, not just experiencing random insomnia. So if 3 a.m. wake-ups come with emotional tension, a racing mind, or even hot flashes, it might be time to consider how stress, diet, and liver health are influencing your nights. Seniors often take naps during the day, which isn't a problem in itself, but long or late naps can backfire. A 90-minute nap at 5 p.m. might feel refreshing in the moment, but it can reduce your body's natural sleep pressure at night. That sleep pressure, or homeostatic drive, is what helps keep you asleep for a full cycle. When it's reduced, you're more likely to wake during light sleep stages, usually between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is especially true if your body has already recovered part of its sleep debt during the nap. Additionally, sleep inertia, the groggy, confused feeling after waking, can set in more intensely after early wake-ups, making it even harder to fall back asleep. The result? You wake up at 3 a.m., lie there for an hour or more, and then finally drift off just before your morning alarm. We'll discuss the ideal way to nap and how to align naps with your sleep cycle so they support instead of sabotage your nighttime rest. One of the most common reasons older adults wake at 3 a.m. is the need to urinate, a condition known as nocturia. While it may seem harmless, frequent trips to the bathroom during the night can significantly reduce sleep quality. For men, prostate issues can cause pressure on the bladder, increasing urgency. For women, postmenopausal changes can lead to similar issues with bladder control. Add to that the natural reduction in antidiuretic hormone, ADH, with age, and you're producing more urine at night than your younger self did. But here's the catch. Sometimes you're not waking because you need to go. You're waking up for another reason, and then notice a mild urge and decide to go anyway. This forms a pattern that trains your brain to expect a bathroom trip at 3 a.m., even when it's not strictly necessary. In future segments, we'll explore how hydration timing, bladder training, and even pelvic exercises can help reduce nocturia's impact on your sleep. Have you ever noticed that thoughts seem louder in the middle of the night? What felt like a minor concern during the day suddenly becomes overwhelming at 3 a.m. This is more common than you think, especially in older adults dealing with generalized anxiety, health fears, or a racing mind tied to loneliness or major life changes. Even if you don't feel anxious during the day, subconscious stress can surface at night when your defenses are down. Physiologically, your brain shifts activity when you sleep, giving the limbic system, your emotional center, more power. Combine that with low blood sugar, low melatonin, and an empty quiet room, and you get the perfect environment for anxiety to bloom. For many seniors, this pattern becomes a cycle. Wake up at 3 a.m., worry for an hour, fall asleep briefly, then wake feeling exhausted. In upcoming segments, we'll offer nighttime techniques like breathing exercises, grounding strategies, and cognitive shifts to quiet the mind before anxiety takes hold. One of the lesser-known reasons why older adults wake up at 3 a.m. is blood sugar instability. If you eat dinner early and go to bed without a bedtime snack, your blood glucose may drop too low during the night. This condition, known as nocturnal hypoglycemia, signals your body to release stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, causing sudden wakefulness, increased heart rate, or even anxiety-like sensations. Seniors with diabetes or pre-diabetes are especially vulnerable, but even those without a diagnosis can experience blood sugar dips due to age-related metabolic changes. These dips often happen in the early morning hours, right around 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. The solution isn't to eat a heavy meal at night, but rather to ensure that your evening nutrition includes a balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fat to sustain you through the night. In the next segments, we'll go deeper into how meal timing and composition affect your ability to sleep soundly until morning. Your body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, is extremely sensitive to light. As we age, this sensitivity can actually increase, meaning that even small amounts of artificial light can disrupt sleep signals. Blue light from phones, tablets, TVs, or even LED night lights suppresses melatonin production and confuses the brain into thinking it's daytime. If you check the time on your phone when you wake at 3 a.m., you're essentially telling your brain, "It's morning, wake up." Light also plays a role earlier in the day. If you don't get enough morning sunlight, your body might delay melatonin release in the evening, throwing off your entire sleep cycle. This is why sleep experts recommend getting outside in natural daylight within 30 minutes of waking up. It helps set your internal clock so that you're more likely to fall and stay asleep during the night. We'll offer specific lighting tips for better sleep in the upcoming segments. Many seniors take medications for chronic conditions, blood pressure, arthritis, cholesterol, or mental health issues. What most people don't realize is that certain medications can significantly disrupt sleep architecture. For example, beta blockers, commonly used for heart conditions, can suppress melatonin. Diuretics, which help reduce fluid retention, increase nighttime urination. Even over-the-counter medications like decongestants or certain painkillers can increase alertness. And let's not forget stimulants or corticosteroids taken for inflammation or respiratory conditions. They can elevate cortisol levels, making early morning wake-ups more likely. If you're taking multiple medications and consistently wake around 3 a.m., it's worth reviewing your schedule with a pharmacist or doctor. Sometimes simply adjusting the timing of a pill can drastically improve sleep quality. In the next part, we'll explore natural alternatives and how to talk to your doctor about medications that may be affecting your sleep. Loneliness isn't just an emotional issue. It has physical consequences, especially for sleep. Many seniors live alone or feel isolated from family and friends. While the daytime may be filled with activities or distractions, the silence of night often brings unspoken feelings to the surface. Waking up at 3 a.m. can become a moment when the mind drifts toward regrets, grief, or even fears about the future. Research shows that emotional loneliness increases levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and lowers oxytocin, the connection hormone. This imbalance can make it harder to stay asleep or fall back asleep. Nighttime awakenings might not be about your bladder or blood sugar, but your heart. We'll soon explore simple, heartwarming strategies to combat nighttime loneliness, from gratitude practices to soothing audio companions and even pet therapy, all aim to calm the mind and invite deeper rest. Sometimes the problem isn't internal, it's your bedroom itself. Is your mattress over a decade old? Is your room too warm or too cold? Does outside noise creep in at night? As we get older, we become lighter sleepers and more sensitive to our surroundings. A room that worked for you at 40 may not support restful sleep at 70. Temperature, in particular, plays a key role. The optimal sleep temperature is between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Yet many bedrooms are too warm. Noise from neighbors, traffic, or even a ticking clock can wake you during light sleep stages. Don't forget about comfort. Scratchy sheets, the wrong pillow, or cluttered space can increase stress signals in the brain. Making your room a true sleep sanctuary is more than a luxury. It's a health investment. In upcoming segments, we'll give practical tips to improve your sleep space so that 3 a.m. wake-ups become less frequent and less frustrating. Chronic pain is one of the most under-discussed yet powerful disruptors of sleep, especially in older adults. Arthritis, neuropathy, back pain, or lingering post-surgical discomfort often worsens during the night. Why? When you lie still for long periods, inflammation can accumulate in joints and your mind, no longer distracted, becomes hyper-aware of the discomfort. Around 3 a.m., you may shift position, feel a twinge of pain, and suddenly become fully awake. Unfortunately, pain also increases cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones that block melatonin, deepening the insomnia loop. Some seniors try to sleep through it, others take painkillers in the middle of the night, but both options come with limitations. In upcoming discussions, we'll explore pain-reducing nighttime routines, safe stretches in bed, topical solutions, and gentle interventions like magnesium baths and mindfulness, helping you manage discomfort without compromising your sleep or relying on high-dose medications. Many seniors unknowingly suffer from sleep apnea, a condition where breathing briefly stops during sleep, causing micro-arousals that disrupt rest. One of the classic signs, waking up suddenly, gasping, or with a dry mouth, often around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. You might not fully remember the episode, but your brain does. These repeated interruptions prevent deep sleep, increase blood pressure, and lead to fatigue during the day. Sleep apnea isn't always dramatic snoring. In older adults, symptoms can be subtle, like insomnia, early waking, irritability, or even depression. Left untreated, it can increase the risk of stroke, heart disease, and cognitive decline. The good news? There are screening tools and simple at-home tests to detect it. In the next segment, we'll explore how to recognize the signs, when to seek professional evaluation, and what treatment options, from CPAP machines to dental devices, are available to help you breathe freely through the night. Retirement is often celebrated as a time of freedom, but that freedom can come at a cost to your sleep. Without the structure of a fixed wake-up time, work schedule, or daily social commitments, the body's internal clock can become confused. You may start going to bed at different hours, eating meals at irregular times, or taking longer naps during the day. Over time, this inconsistency weakens your natural circadian rhythm. The result? Fragmented sleep and unwanted wake-ups around 3 a.m. Seniors who no longer need an alarm clock may feel tempted to sleep in or shift their bedtime based on how tired they feel. But your brain thrives on rhythm. It needs consistency to maintain hormone balance and healthy sleep cycles. Establishing a retirement routine with regular sleep and wake times, consistent meals, outdoor time, and gentle activity can significantly reduce early morning awakenings. We'll share examples of healthy routines that restore structure without feeling rigid. Let's talk about something many of us do but rarely admit: scrolling our phones in bed. Whether it's checking the news, browsing social media, or watching videos, screen time before or during sleep is a major trigger for waking up and staying awake. Blue light from screens not only suppresses melatonin, but activates the brain's alert system. Even worse, if you reach for your phone at 3 a.m. thinking just for a moment, you risk activating your mind, making it even harder to fall back asleep. TV in the bedroom, smartwatches buzzing with notifications, or even sleep tracking apps can become sources of anxiety rather than help. Instead of aiding rest, they can reinforce hyper-awareness of sleep problems. Sleep experts now recommend creating a digital sunset, shutting off screens at least 1 hour before bed, and keeping devices out of reach after lights out. In the next segment, we'll look at analog alternatives that help calm the mind without triggering alertness. Sometimes the key to sleeping through the night lies not in fixing 3 a.m., but in what you do before 10 p.m. Seniors benefit from pre-sleep rituals that signal to the brain it's time to rest. These don't have to be elaborate. A warm shower, dimming the lights, sipping chamomile tea, or reading a printed book can be powerful cues. Light stretching or gentle yoga also helps relax tense muscles. Journaling for 5 minutes to empty the mind can reduce overthinking later. Consistency is essential. Doing the same 2 or 3 calming activities each night trains your body to wind down at the right time. Avoiding heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol in the evening also plays a major role. These small acts repeated nightly can strengthen your circadian rhythm and reduce the chances of waking up at 3 a.m. In the next part, we'll offer a 15-minute evening routine designed specifically for seniors struggling with middle-of-the-night wakefulness. Let's put theory into practice. Here's a simple, effective bedtime routine that takes just 15 minutes. And it's designed for seniors who wake up at 3 a.m. Minute 1 to 3. Turn off screens. Lower the lights. Light a candle or play soft instrumental music. Minute 4 to 6. Do 3 gentle stretches. Reach up and breathe in. Roll shoulders and twist side to side while seated. Minute 7 to 9. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, or anything that's been weighing on your mind. Let it out. Minute 10 to 12. Sip a warm, non-caffeinated drink, like chamomile, warm milk with turmeric, or lemon balm tea. Minute 13 to 15. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Let go of the day. This routine signals safety, calm, and transition. It may seem simple, but over time, your body will associate these steps with restful sleep, and that can make all the difference at 3 a.m. If you've been waking at 3 a.m. for weeks, months, or even years, it can feel hopeless. But the truth is, it's never too late to improve your sleep. Sleep problems in older age are common, but not inevitable. Your body still wants to heal, repair, and rest deeply. You just need to give it the right support. Whether the cause is hormones, stress, light, food, medications, or emotional loneliness, every factor we've explored can be addressed gently and practically. Start with one change, then another. Pay attention, be patient, talk to your doctor, track what helps. Reclaiming sleep is about creating the right environment, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And when you do, 3 a.m. won't feel like the enemy anymore. It will become just another quiet hour you sleep right through, peacefully. Thank you for staying with us, and may your nights ahead be full of calm, comfort, and true rest.